Okay, tell us about this. Is a breaking news story.
All right, it came out a couple days ago, but Michael Douglas did an interview in Variety, and sadly, my computer is trying to catch up with with my browser. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Michael Douglas has starred in some of the most iconic erotic thrillers ever made, from Basic Instinct to Fatal Attraction. He knows a thing or two about crafting a memorable movie sex scene. In an interview with Telegraph, the actor gave his honest opinion. In the past age where I got to worry about that. I'm past the age where I've got to worry about that. But it's interesting with all the intimacy coordinators, Douglas says. It feels like executives taking control away from filmmakers. But there have been some terrible faux pas and harassments. Sex scenes are like fight scenes. It's all choreographed, Douglas continued. In my experience, you take responsibility as the man to make sure the woman is comfortable. You talk it through. You say, okay, I'm going to touch you here if that's all right. It's very slow, but it looks like it's happening organically, which is hopefully what good acting looks like. Yeah, this is the big thing. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, or last week with Dante, but I mentioned that the original intent of the intimacy coordinator was to make sure that the actress has a full and complete understanding of what is required of her in these scenes. But what we find out is that these intimacy coordinators are actually almost taking the power away from the director and the writer, and saying that you can't be doing scenes like this, or maybe you should do it this way, or maybe you should do it that way. And I think it just comes back to what Michael Douglas says here. It's the idea that, as men who are put in these positions, we is our responsibility that women feel comfortable in what they're about to do, and that it should be kind of this give and take to make a scene feel organic.
Well, it was Anne Hathaway a few weeks ago who said that when she would try out for a film, they did what they call a chemistry test. Do you have chemistry? Mm-hmm. And she would make out with other actors, and they to see, do you have chemistry? And they would be like kind of into, not, it's not naked or anything, whatever, but they would kind of make out to see if they had chemistry. And they don't do that anymore, which explains why so few actors have romantic chemistry. It's not in movies today. So it's really, really disappointing. I don't know. I think that this role has diminished these types of films. What do you think, Alan? I think Alan's frozen, or something frozen.
Yeah, I'm frozen. Sorry, it's these.
You're back.
These
cool.
ads. It's these pages with ads. They're ruining. But look, I mean, like I said, there's a wisdom behind it, in the sense of, for Anne Hathaway to have to go through a bunch of chemistry reads like that just sounds kind of cheesy, kind of creepy. There is that attempt to make the process more comfortable, make it more above board, and more, put a little integrity behind it. But, again, I think this is another issue that has been taken over by activists, and they are definitely guiding the direction of especially sex in movies nowadays.
Yeah, it's disheartening, and it doesn't contribute to better movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all these fake jobs, intimacy coordinator, DEI,
cultural consultant,
sensitivity read, none of these things make movies better. It makes them objectively worse. So, this is why I'm so confident about independent film, because indie film is not tied to this kind of BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah. At the same time, there's this integrity you have to uphold, especially if you're going to put your female actresses in potentially compromising positions.